Welcome, Icon. How you doing?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
there
Yes,
we
sir.
go.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
What is
Exciting
going on,
spaces
guys? What
today.
is going on?
Good, man. Good. There we go. There we go.
Boom. Looking good, feeling good.
I
Okay.
don't know how
You know,
I don't know how I follow up with TJM metrics, man. That was unbelievable. Holy crap, man. Just like the presentation and everything. Holy shit, man. That's nuts. I got nothing like that for you guys today. I'll be honest with you.
that's okay. You
All
do have a
good. All
website
good.
though that we can go through, so that'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But let's kick it off. Give us an idea of who we're speaking here to, and what you're building an icon. I guess start with yourself and the team and background there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. This is huge, guys, and I look forward to it. Yeah, so I've been in e-commerce for quite a while, for 20 plus years, and selling on Amazon, eBay, and everywhere, all the sorts. And basically, my thing is, I built Icon Shop because these big guys, they take 20, 30% off the top for merchants. And so, merchants are struggling in that sense. They basically become partners with Amazon or eBay. So that's why, I started building Icon Shop with decentralized blockchain when it came around. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to flip it around, make it faster, cheaper for merchants to get paid, and basically give people back the control of their earnings, their hard work. So that's where we're at.
Nice. Yeah, I remember when you guys launched. And I was actually pretty interested. I think there is a need for this, where you have like a crypto native shopping place and you can spend your crypto. I know for
Right.
me, like I'm slow to take out because you have to pay taxes on that stuff. So I only take out when I really need to, and so I would love to spend my crypto on shops
Exactly.
on chain rather than putting in my bank account. So it's a really cool gap that you're filling. And I remember when you guys launched and I was looking into you guys. You got some support from Gary V recently. How did do you want to tell me a bit about that if I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, well, first of all, you're absolutely right, Don. For on-chain transactions, that's what you want to do, right? You want to kind of just keep it on chain and have the flow right from the wallet to payments to products to collectibles, whatever it may be. And so, yeah, that's right. Just to answer your question about Gary V, Gary V was just someone we met at a show, and I just stay in contact with him. He's a great entrepreneur, and so I try to support him in any way I can.
Yeah, man. I love Gary V.
Yeah,
He's like you said, like just super successful dude, but super motivational as well. So I've watched his content for a while. I know he's been interested in kind of NFTs for the most part. Um, any are you guys kind of like working on establishing a relationship, or did he like express any interest in what you guys are building at Icon, or was it just kind of like just rubbing shoulders, talking shop, and that was that?
just kind of talking shop. To be honest with you, we're not really acquainted in that way. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep it honest here. That's just how it is. So yeah, he's just another person in the space. For just like for me, for everybody else.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And I
Yeah,
see Dom here is also kind of demoing the product. Like imagine using some icon tokens to buy some Crocs. That's actually kind of crazy. So yeah, just kind of walk us through kind
yeah.
of your metrics, user growth, like how does that look like so far? Do you see a lot of use of the platform? What's that looking like?
Yeah, and I'm gonna just pull up, and I can't really share my screen here because I'm on my phone, but I'm gonna pull it up right now. Right now, uh, if you go down to the footer page, there's a data. Right now we have 300 active users, 300 stores, total volume about 60,000 volume, 600 transactions. We've distributed now we've distributed rewards in our platform to use, as you saw in that video, Don, that you were looking at earlier
Yeah, yeah.
with the Crocs. So those are rewards distributed to each person that they're able to redeem for purchasing right on our platform. And so we've distributed roughly 6 million in distribution rewards for in total.
Okay, so to summarize where we're at, this is interesting. You're a shop that lets you spend basically, it's a crypto native
Yeah,
shopping
It's the
platform.
on-chain Amazon. Can we come up with a quick
You
way?
can put it just in that way, Chill. That's exactly right. And it's an Amazon, it's an eBay. Yeah,
So the question with these is, there's obviously a big trust issue in crypto.
right,
Your biggest barrier is gonna be how can I remove that trust issue and get people trusting my platform
right.
and using my platform? How can I onboard masses into this? Because I would use it if it was,
Yeah,
widely talked about, and I have social proof of people using it. How do you do that?
yeah, yeah. And that's the process that we're in right now. So it's going to be a long step for us to really get people to use it on chain and people on Web2 users as well. So yeah, it's a process. It's really a process. It's about the trust. We do have some verification systems we have in place. So if you look at one of the stores while you're browsing, if you go to one of the stores, to like my store, IKON Shop Direct, it's actually verified. So what the verification means is we, as IKON Shop, the company, will make sure that that transaction is completely verified. You're going to get your product, and if you're not going to get your product, then we're going to cover the cost of it. And so if you see the verification on top, each store has it.
The website's looking really clean. I remember when you guys first launched, I was looking through it. It looked a little clunky, much smoother now. I like this UI UX.
Thank you, appreciate it. So it's been a lot of work.
So one step to getting people to trust your platform is this verification method you
Yeah.
have. How do you onboard quality shops, right? That's the next thing. You need to have good stuff on your site. How do you get that?
Yeah, it's just about selling, approaching stores. There's definitely some things in development where we're gonna have the ability to you know, developing a way for Shopify stores to seamlessly add their products into IKON Shop, so they can seamlessly add their products. People can just purchase their products on our site and essentially pay on chain, and then all the ordered information, the data will be sent over to the Shopify store, to the dashboard.
So
I remember
go ahead, Don.
real quick. I remember a while back you had a Pokemon card with like a decaying auction type of
Yeah.
thing where until it gets sold, it's going to slowly decrease in price. How do you incentivize users to come on your platform? Is it going to be via just better deals, uh, certain things that people can't buy anywhere else? I guess is my question. How do you do that?
Yeah, it's all about the trust factor. Now, like just like you said earlier, right? How do you get people to trust you and trust your platform? That's why I'm coming on these shows. And this is probably the first time I'm doing a video a show like this. So it's gonna take some time. I'm not in a rush to really push it too much, but it's gonna take some time to get the trust factor. Once we get some stores to really come on, they can sell their products. I'm going to start some initiatives where each country can create a store, and probably have some initiative where we'll give back some kind of reward for that, for a merchant that sells the most in that country in a certain period of time, gets $500 or something like that. And I want to have a global expansion.
That's a great idea, actually. There's and obviously I live in Toronto in Canada, and there's this big movement to buy Canadian because of the tariffs imposed from the US. So like there's huge nationalism now. Like people
Right.
are pulling American products off the shelf. Sorry to say it, guys, but this is just what's happening.
It is what it is.
There's a push to put Canadian products and companies on there. I think like you could run that angle. I think in the US, especially, like Buy America is a huge thing. Buy Canada is a huge thing.
Right.
In a number of countries that's true.
Yeah, Josh, 100%.
This also brings me another thought. If you want to get a way to onboard and gain that trust factor, it'd be interesting to go maybe to community at the start and just find strong communities. And if they have like merchandise, just one by one onboard them onto the shop, and maybe they can use their native token or currency to actually purchase the merchandise or things. Again, it's going to be slow, maybe not great reception and traction starting off, but builds that trust factor up. I think it'd be interesting to see more crypto native projects really adopt this platform and champion it. That's maybe a good way
Yeah,
to do so.
yeah, 100%, for sure, Don.
And you said,
We've taken some steps towards that already, and we have reached out to some community members and some communities, I should say, and we have onboarded some, but it's not much that we can kind of boast about.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Chill, you had a question before I butt in.
Yeah, no, the only thing I wanted to ask about was you mentioned earlier that you're bringing stores on you're onboarding stores to Icon Shop. What stores are you talking to? How many have you talked to so far? What does that
So
look like?
I do a lot of outreach for Web2 stores, and you're probably wondering Web2, why Web2, right? But because Web3 is we already have that in place right now. Web3 is here, right? And so I personally have a lot of experience in Web2, in the Web2 space. So I'm doing a lot of Web2, uh, call outs, trying to figure out if I can get them on board, big time stores, right? And it's a little bit of a challenge because nobody wants to create a new platform that nobody uses yet, right? And so that's the challenge I have here. Web3 is definitely approaching Web3 marketplace. Web3, I should say, communities is probably the better approach, and that's what we've started doing the last 2 months. So yeah, we're doing outreach.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Can we talk about the token a little bit?
sure.
Maybe just why you decided to launch a token, kind of what the utility is and use in this entire website ecosystem, etc.
Yeah, for sure. The token just it was pretty interesting. I've always wanted to distribute rewards in some way in the Web3 way. And so I launched the token, and it came to be that we launched it on Believe. And token right now, when you purchase something with the token, when you purchase something on the shop, you get rewarded. So you get 0.5% cash back in rewards that you can use and reuse on the platform. And for holders, we're going to have a different system where holders are going to get more in rewards back that they can reuse for raffles and products and merch and things like that.
How do you combat those icon tokens that are being distributed to users from selling on the market and just causing a negative sell pressure that kind of holds the chart down rather than bolsters it?
Yeah, Don, great question, actually. So let me be clear about it a little bit better. Let me be clear about it. So we don't actually distribute the token itself. We distribute rewards in value of the token into the platform. So they're not able to sell that token. They're just able to use the token on our platform. But it is the value of the token.
Got you. And are those rewards bought back from the market and then maybe burned or put in a treasury, or is it just all in-app stuff? Does it actually have
It's
any
all
effect on, I guess, buy
It
pressure?
does not. So it's all in app. The only thing I've done is I've done buybacks for the company. We bought over 52 million in our token that we hold in treasury. And the only current deflationary system we have is upvoting. So when you upvote a merchant, you have to spend your rewards. And so all those rewards we just take into the calculation, and it's not much, but we calculate that and we burn those tokens. Right now it's not that much. It's less than 10,000.
You know, does Solana have something like this that has been wildly successful yet, or is this kind of the test case? Because I don't really understand why Solana is not really super excited or backing something like this to promote spending Solana on chain and kind of keeping everything within the ecosystem. Do you have any
That,
idea on that,
that's a
Mike?
good question. I think there's been some platforms where you're able to create stores in a similar fashion, but not where there's a marketplace for particularly products and stores to sell in one place. And so that's the challenge that I have. And yeah, I don't know. I've reached out to Solana Foundation and maybe do a little bit more outreach to them. Uh, I think it's just partly. I guess it's partly more on my part, on my work that I need to do to get their attention.
Yeah, maybe go talk to also
Sure.
Bobby at Dupe.
Oh yeah, maybe that's a good
Yeah.
relationship. Selling some stuff on there.
Yeah,
But
open for it. Sometimes we're kind of all in the same space, so we're a little bit intertwined and maybe possibly in competition with each other. So yeah, but I'm open for it.
Yeah, what Bobby was good at, he was like good at shouting out like the fitted guys and stuff like that and saying like, hey, they're doing interesting stuff. So he just, he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
So
for sure. I've watched his, and I seen the show yesterday. It was incredible. Yeah.
thank you.
I see, and this kind of brings me back to the previous point. I see Phantoms here pushing this Phantom Cash, right? You can now spend your crypto with a card. And again, it brings me back to that idea. Well, people want to spend their crypto. There
Yeah.
needs to be something like this. The question is, we need to make it accessible, easy, and widely used, right? That's I
Yeah.
seems to be the crux of the conversation here for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is, and it's going to take some time. And so, like, we're doing steps right now. We're in the process, and we're just actually today, tomorrow, we're in the process of submitting to the Seeker to the Solana mobile app to
Nice.
get an app going. So, we're going to try to reach as many users as we can there, and so get eyes on that. Merchants would see it. And you were pointing to cash from Phantom. So
Yeah.
all those tokens, they can be utilized in our app. We just need to integrate them, right? So, for example, Cash can be integrated into being used on our store, and so all of that is possible. Just going to take some time to really develop. There's a lot of changes now with the X402 agentic commerce, so we got a lot of plans.
Cool. I think
Yep.
I have a pretty good overview of the platform. Maybe some forward-looking thoughts. What are you guys most excited for? What's like next on the list here for you guys that you're really full steam ahead working on?
Yeah, I think right now we're focused on. We have some developments in place that are really exciting. We want to do an escrow system to get that verification, to get people to trust the app. We have some plans for digital assets as well. So there's definitely a lot of things that we're focusing on right now. Our main focus is the Seeker and making sure it's up to standards and get those users shopping.
Cool. I think that kind of covers it for me. Chill, Josh, any last minute questions?
No, I think I'm good. No, appreciate you coming through. Love the product, and I know you mentioned that there's a lot of things that you guys have in the work. So if you'd
Yeah,
like, if you're releasing some big stuff, you want to come back on the show, we'd love to have you back. And
that'll
typically
be
a
great.
lot of it works where some of these where projects come on, and then 30, 40 90 days later, they're in a much different position. So definitely, as you guys are rolling out some big updates, we'd love to have you back and appreciate you coming on the show here today.
That would be great. And if I can just get one more thing in, if you guys don't mind.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. So one last thing is, any token that's interested or token community that's interested in partnering with us, we're able to integrate that token, the holder members, to get rewards in our app. Meaning, let's say Viva holders, if they decide that they want to partner with us, we can give rewards to their holders, and those holders would be able to use those rewards in our app. So we just did that with Paragon, with a great partnerships with them.
That's an interesting utility add for a lot of projects that maybe are looking to add more utility to a token. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Viva. We love them.
Shout out Viva. Mike, one thing I do want to kind of leave you with, hopefully
Yes, sir.
a hopeful note. If you want to do a case study, look at Karma, right? Karma Wallet. They went kind of under the radar for months, building out this banking app, on-chain banking app. And once they got discovered about a week ago, they quickly repriced. And again, this is not to make this about Karma, but they repriced from a low price to, I think, 4 or 5 million right now. And so all it takes is a little bit of attention and the narrative kind of shifting on you for something to really pick up. So I kind of feel the same way with this. You just grind, and when people realize, oh, we need an on-chain way to spend our money, spend our Solana, like this is the natural one that's been building, that's been around. So I'll just leave you with that helpful message. But Mike, thanks for coming on.
Thank you,
See
Don.
Mike. Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.